Пиздец, уже второй взрыв прозвенел.
And we have a new footage and a further evidence of North Korean military presence in Russia's Primorsky Krai. Astra geolocated a video showing the alleged arrival of North Korean soldiers at military base 44,980, part of the 127th Motorized Rifle Division in Sergeyevka. The video's narrator, speaking in Yakut, refers to the soldiers as allies and expresses hope the war will end soon.
Кореецтер не было. Ага. Союзники ходят. Я видел. Северный Корея утро. Союзники ходят. Красавчики. Как это? Лемитер не видел.
According to Politico, the EU is talking about sending troops to Ukraine because of North Korean soldiers at the front. Lithuanian Foreign Minister Gabrielius Landsbergis said that European countries should rethink French President Macron's proposal to send troops to Ukraine. The idea of deploying troops was voiced back in February, but then German Chancellor Scholz denied the possibility of deploying European or NATO troops in Ukraine. Currently, Western leaders are expressing caution about this information. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte and Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin have not yet confirmed the information about the possible participation of North Korean troops. We have information about the preparation of 2 units of North Korean military, maybe even 2 brigades of 6,000 people each. And this is a challenge, but we know how to answer it. And it is important that our partners do not hide from this challenge. Volodymyr Zelensky in his evening appeal. We are not asking to be provided with or returned nuclear weapons. My position is very clear. We gave up our weapons but received nothing in return. All we got is a full-scale war and numerous casualties. Therefore, today we have only one way out. We need NATO, because we don't have the weapons capable of stopping Putin, said President Zelensky. If the illegal military cooperation between North Korea and Russia continues, South Korea will not stand by but respond firmly in collaboration with the international community, Korean officials said, warning of phased measures in response to the level of their military ties. Among the possible scenarios include sending defensive and offensive weapons, a senior presidential official told reporters. Russia may pay North Korea for its military participation in the war against Ukraine with nuclear weapons technology, said South Korea's representative to the UN, Junka Kwang. For deploying its units, North Korea will expect generous compensation from Moscow, which could include financial military aid or even nuclear weapons technology, Kwang stated. He also called on Russia to immediately withdraw all its troops from Ukraine. On the night of October 22nd, drones attacked the Russian Biokim enterprise in the Tambov region and an industrial enterprise in the Voronezh region. The governors of these aggressor countries' regions reported on this. Fires broke out on the territory of these Russian enterprises after the drones fell. Today at 5:20 a.m. in Raskazovo, an explosion followed by a fire occurred at the Biokim JSC plant, presumably as a result of a drone hit, Maxim Yegorov, Tambov region governor, said. At the same time, the governor claims that there allegedly were no casualties, that the fire was extinguished in an hour, and that all the necessary city services are working at the scene. The JSC Biokim Company website states that it is mainly engaged in the production of ethyl alcohol. The governor of the Voronezh region of the Russian Federation also reported a nighttime drone attack. He claimed that Russian air defense systems and radars allegedly suppressed a drone that crashed into the building of the enterprise. In one of the region's districts, air defense and electronic warfare forces detected and suppressed an unmanned aerial vehicle. It fell on the building of a workshop of an industrial enterprise, Alexander Gusev said. The Russian official also assures that there were no casualties. but there was a small fire on one floor of the building. According to him, as of 7 a.m., fire crews are working at the scene. In addition, the airport in Nizhny Novgorod was temporarily closed, allegedly due to the threat of Ukrainian drones. On Tuesday night, 2 Russian alcohol factories in the Tula region were also attacked by drones. These are enterprises in the city of Efremov and the village of Luzhkovsky, Suvorov district. The Russian Kremny L microelectronics plant in Bryansk has stopped production after a Ukrainian UAV attack. The company's press service reported about this on its website. A nighttime attack on the plant's production and administrative buildings reportedly disrupted the power supply, damaged the specialty energy facilities, and interrupted the production chains. The plant's team participates in the aftermath of explosions and fires. The main task today is to resume the production of electronic equipment as soon as possible to ensure that plans are met. The construction workers are assessing the possibility of repairing the damage, commented Oleg Dantsev, CEO of the company.
Ебали нахуй. Не, вот это в натуре въебать. Уйдите с балкона нахуй, уходите отсюда. Уходите нахуй отсюда. Ебать пизду, да ну нахуй.
Yesterday in Belgorod, unknown individuals distributed flyers with a QR code that led to a website listing fallen Russian soldiers. Flyers were found in the Magnet grocery store. Superpower news. Russia's major butter producers are either halting production or suspending deliveries to retail chains, while warning of impending price hikes. Since the start of the year, the cost of butter has surged by at least 25%. Producers are grappling with steep inflation in raw cream materials, which rose by 39% in the first half of the year. Cumulative inflation has reached 46% for the first 8 months of 2024 compared to the same period last year, reported HN, the former Danone subsidiary. Butter thefts have also been on the rise. Since late 2023, RFID tags have been appearing on butter packages in St. Petersburg, designed to alert store security in case of attempted theft. Ukrainian Navy participates in NATO unmanned systems exercise for the first time, said the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. During REPMIS 24, the Ukrainian combat system Delta coordinated the work of more than 50 unmanned vehicles of various types: underwater, maritime, ground, and air. A number of NATO events with Ukraine's participation this year prove how valuable the innovative developments of our military are for our Western partners, said Deputy Defense Minister Katerina Chornohorenko.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.